You're watching Let's Chat.
We're glad to have you back with us as we continue on Let's Chat. Joining us now, socially, responsibly distancing. It is our attorney pals, C. Mark and John Mark from Warren and Griffin. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Chip.
Tell us how this COVID-19 pandemic has affected the practice of law in our legal community here.
Well, I'm going to let Mark take this. He has actually a hearing this morning. He can kind of explain what he's going to go through here at 9 o'clock and how he arrived at this.
We're still having hearings at the courthouse. Today we have a hearing, a motion to approve a minor settlement, which is something that has to be approved by the judge. And so we simply hook it up by teleconference, and we have all the parties involved. And so the courthouse is still open for pleadings. The courthouse is still open for emergency matters.
Right.
I believe that protective orders are still in place that were set down. We applaud Mayor Burke and what he has done in shelter in place. We have to dampen the curve, and what he has done in implementing shelter in place really helps that.
You all are basically, I hate to say business as usual, but the law offices of Warren and Griffin are open, I presume. Just make sure that you call and schedule an appointment, and everything is to be done electronically, correct?
Sure. We are open, as we call it now, as unusual, but we're functioning as close to usual as possible. The majority of our staff is working from home. We do have a few key personnel here that continue to work here at the office. The attorneys and some of the people that have tasks that don't work from home, but basically, Chip, we have no more than about 6 people in the office at any one time,
right? And
that's spread amongst our 3 floors. So social distancing, plenty of hand sanitizing, washing hands. We do stay in our offices, face masks, as you can see, when we're outside our offices. So we're taking every step that we should be taking.
It's very easy to hire us by home, over the phone. A lot of the documents we can email to the prospective client. They can sign and email them back.
Plus, if you're not going in court, you can dress a little casually, as both of you are now.
Well,
yes.
We're doing a little bit of that.
I know it's hard to paint these situations with one broad brushstroke, but tell me how this is kind of changing the way things are for those of us who are not in the legal profession. Things seem to be changing and developing on an almost hourly basis.
Well, what you realize is there's a lot of things that you can do that you've been doing for years that you can do more efficiently. I mean, I'm sitting here in our offices and I see, 3 or 4 conference rooms. There's a lot of things now for meeting with a client. We can do that at home or from their office using a telephone and a computer. There's no need for a client to come downtown anymore to meet with us in a conference room. Conference rooms are still important for depositions,
sure,
but even those can be done by video.
All you have to do to look at how much things have changed, and it seems like I see a dozen of these every day, one more reinforcing reminder that we are living in a new reality. We are living in a new norm. I've been to your beautiful offices.
That's a good point, Chip.
Typically, looking out the window that you guys are sitting at now, you would see nothing but car after car after truck, and now there's hardly any traffic whatsoever.
That's right here on Georgia Avenue. It's one of the busiest streets down here for the traffic going heading to the courthouse or across the bridge in the North Chattanooga. Georgia is one of the mainly traveled streets. And to your point earlier, Chip, we're going to see things change across the country where people realize there are things that we can do from home. There are things we can do electronically, and the legal business is no different. There's going to be a lot of things that we can do that we're learning in this process. We're going to realize, hey, we can do that the way we were doing it during this coronavirus pandemic, and we can see that can translate into the way we do things in the future. And businesses across the country are going to be doing that.
And this will be a lesson learned that we'll be talking about not just for months, not just for years, but literally for generations.
Well, let's keep up doing what we're supposed to be doing. So we're paying a price for this lesson. Our hearts go out to the people that are suffering and the families that are suffering, but we need to all do our part to try to minimize it.
And under the mayor's shelter-in-place order, essential businesses, and there's a lot of essential businesses that are still open, and what we do for a living is an essential business. It's essential for us to get you into a rental car if you're involved in a car wreck. It's essential for us to get the insurance company to pay you for a damaged car. It's essential for us to get you to medical treatment if you need medical treatment. And we're busy. We're as busy as we've ever been.
Sure.
Excuse me again.
All right. Gentlemen, we are running out of time. I wanted to thank you for sharing a few minutes, and I know despite the shelter in place, you guys are extremely busy. But I did want to, I wanted to show you, since you both are such UT fans, there are UT volunteer face masks that are available.
All right. Go Big Orange!
Gentlemen, you all
Big Orange!
You go Big Orange. You all have a super day, and tell us how we can get in touch with the law firm of Warren and Griffin.
265-HURT.
That's 265-4878.
Warren
Your
and
local law
Griffin,
firm.
your local law firm. Stay with us. We'll be right back.